Hey, it's a storyteller again, and I'm here to comment on the latest episode of My Hero Academia. But yeah, I'm here to comment on that, and might I say, it was pretty good. Now, one thing I noticed at the very beginning was they was starting off with the preview. Not the preview, but a little bit of last episode with Deku's mom, and I just wanted to comment on that because a lot of people I saw in the comment section were, well, maybe not a lot, but there were some people who was like, oh, his mom is such a tryhard, or his mom is like, just over exaggerating, or just such a words that I'd rather not say in this video, but yeah, I'm like. That's just any normal mom, though. It's if you have a child who is constantly put on death row, so to speak. He's always in these situations where he's about to die. You don't want him to go through that all the time. You probably would think, this school keeps on getting attacked by criminals who call themselves supervillains. Maybe we should relocate. Maybe we should give them in a different school. And I think her mindset was justified. I mean, any mom would think, let's get our child to safety. And I know somebody was like, well, she shouldn't be afraid because All Might is there. All Might can protect him, or All Might is the freaking #1 hero. If he says he's gonna do something, he's gonna do something. Look, I respect All Might, but let's be real here. All Might knows, even though Deku's mom knows, doesn't know that All Might is out of kaput. Nobody told her. I'm pretty sure everybody has a good idea of the fact that All Might retired and he's in this skinny form now. They're putting two and two together that he isn't the protector that he once was. Like, we as the viewer know that his time as All Might is done. Now you can just call him Toshinari. Although I'm gonna keep on calling him All Might because I love his name. He's my favorite character in the series, and I think it's gonna take a very long time. Maybe it probably won't even happen before I get another favorite character in the series that's the past as All Might. I mean, some people in the comment section may say it's Deku, but I don't see it right now. He's cool, but not All Might cool. Anyway, yeah, moving on from that point on, we get a revisit of the high school with the principal discussing, well, we just got attacked by villains, so we should, this whole DORMS thing is a pretty good idea to keep them in, closer, basically closer to home. It's easier for us to protect them and all that sort of stuff. And they're going to try to find out who the traitor is. And, oh man, YouTube, and this recommendations. One of these days, I feel like one YouTuber is going to say who the traitor is, even though they're a freaking manga reviewer. and that's why I made a separate account, just so I can look up My Hero Academia stuff and not be plagued by recommendations. So when I want to get away from spoilers and thumbnails, I just go to this account. Although I feel like that's sad because you shouldn't be posting spoilers in the thumbnail anyway. That's just common courtesy, and it's a well accepted rule that you shouldn't spoil stuff, especially on the internet, if you can control it. Anyway, back to the episode itself. So, we're getting back to Aizawa. Woo! Aizawa's back at it again. Because he first talks about, okay, you guys are going to be getting in the dorms or whatever. Like, I hope you guys enjoy it. Oh, and by the way, I haven't forgotten about you five. Midoriya, Ida, who else? Ida, Rockhead. Okay, look, I haven't remembered all the names. But you 5! Yeah. I haven't forgotten about you. You thought I forgot about you, didn't you? I didn't. I didn't. And he's like, oh, you 5 have broken the rule in saving Bakugo. And then he went on to say, judging by all of your reaction to that, all of you guys' reaction to that, because the rest of the class is there too, you all knew. And he said straight up, he said, if All Might wasn't going into, didn't just retire, I would expel you all. I would expel you all. Woo! Aizawa. And then what does he do after that? He says, okay, well, I hope you guys enjoy your dorms. And he just walks off. Like, that's how he finishes. Oh man. You know, I actually knew a person just like that. Great teacher. But just like that. But anyway, so next scene is they go into the dorms, and then you have this scene where Mina, Uraka, and one other girl, I think it was Earjacks. No, not Earjack. It was freak. The girl with the clothing abilities. Look, I'm gonna remember all these names eventually. But anyway, the girls walk up to the boys and it's like, you know what we should do? We should have like we should check out all the dorms rooms. And it's like, oh, you know, and they all get scared. Excuse me. So that's when I came up with the idea of just judging the dorms myself. I decided I don't care if they. I mean, I know that they're. I just decided I'm gonna judge it whether they judge it or not, and that's what I'm about to do right now. But so the first thing we look at is Midoriya, and he's like, "Oh no, don't look in my room." He's like, "Oh shoot, Midoriya, you got something to hide?" And I mean, I didn't expect that coming from the main character. I really didn't. And it turns out, as we're about to see here, oh yeah, before I move on, Ida is talking about how the dorms is a clever idea because it allows us to work together and have better blasé be, you know, normal Ida stuff. Like, it helps us better follow the rules or self-improvement. And Rockhead is like, you never ease up, do you? And to answer his question, no, he doesn't. All right, next clip. So, and the first thing we see, of course, when we open his room, All Might action figures. I was about to say toys, but then I corrected myself because I was once that age too, and I really got annoyed if anybody ever called my action figure a toy. You don't call it a toy, you call it an action figure. But yes, All Might's action figures, and you see posters, and I mean, really, what did I expect? I really seen this room before, just not in the dorm, so he literally brought everything with him. I gotta tell you, even though it's spammable, I mean, he's got pictures everywhere. He does have a nice setup. I mean, a little bit less All Might, and I think he'd do better. And he's even got the American flag, as you can see in the back door. You know, it's funny. It's funny because sometimes it's like when I'm talking about characters and shows, I were to ask myself, like, what if these characters were real? And they actually knew that I was talking about them. It'd be so funny if I was, like, reporting everything on Midoriya's room. Like, okay, guys, as you can see here, he's got all my posters on the door, on the wall, and, you know, Midoriya finds out what I'm doing, and it's just this weird dynamic between me and him. It's just like this weird atmosphere. It's like, would you did not just tell thousands of people on the internet about my room. But moving on. And in case you, I'm gonna rate this on the score of 1 to 5, and I had to give this one I had to give it a I had to give it a 3 because I mean I know a lot of people get pissed nowadays if it's not a 4 or a 5 because people are people. You can't agree on something. No one can agree on the same thing. But let me tell you, on this channel, you're not gonna get oh, excuse me, I think I burped. You're not gonna get any of the sugar coating. I'm not gonna try to really appease people unless it's like a moral standpoint where it's like moral ambiguity. Ah, freak. I know a lot of people are gonna make fun of me for that, but you know what I'm saying. If there's like a moral mystery on it, of course, then I'm gonna ease up. But if it's just perspective or taste or opinion on something, I'm just gonna tell you how I feel. Alright, I think that's the best way to roll. So moving on. Oh, Tokoyami. Okay, so I can relate to this guy a lot. I don't know if that telling you that was a good thing or a bad thing, but I can relate to this guy a lot. I remember, there's just always be that one point where there's these people that are coming, like to your spot, and maybe family, friends, like a guest, or just maybe like just somebody, your parents, or possibly your the landlord just sent to go check out your spot because something needs fixing, and you're like, please do not look in my room, like just leave, get out of my room. You do not need to see my room. And Tokoyami is just like that, and I love it. It's just like, as you can see in this picture, he's like, no, you're not going to look in my room, and they're just pushing him. I had cousins too that would do something very similar to that effect, but I fixed that real easily. I made my own manual lock to my room. It's a story of a different day, but let's go. Oh, yep, and they're trying really hard to push. You see here, he's putting up a good fight, but Invisible Girl and Mina is just too powerful for him. And as you can see, he is now on the floor. I repeat, he is now on the floor, and they are entering his room. I feel bad for that man. Okay, with this one, I got to say, a little morbid. I mean, I said I was like that guy, and like I said, I don't know telling you if that was a good thing or a bad thing, but I wasn't that dark. Like, I always like to have everything just, I mean, as you can probably tell from the aesthetic of this channel, what colors I like, but, I mean, he's got a freaking skeleton on his, ooh, see, he's trespassing from dark to this flat out emo. And, I mean, come on now. Who wasn't dark as a kid or sometime during their age? I mean, somebody had that phase, right? Whether it was like a teenager, maybe before that, or maybe when they were growing into more young adults. But I'm not the only one who was, fell into that, So, but at the same time, I never went that far with it. And I gotta tell you, this room is pretty emo. Dark. Emo. And dark. And as you can see, Tokoyami's just like, please just leave. And that's exactly me. Just leave. Oh my god, that was, I mean, even to this day, it's still me. That's still me. The only time I'm not like that is when I invite you in to, maybe beat you to some games, but other than that, I'm like that pretty much 90 to 100% of the time. And then, yeah, and, ooh, and he's got a freaking sword. Oh, freak. That's freaking awesome, man. I love swords. I love swords. But yeah, I gotta tell you, that probably gave him. I want to give him a 4 out of 5. He would have gotten a 5 out of 5, especially with that sword. But problem with Tokuyami is, I mean, he's just way too. He just takes things overboard. Like I think you can see, like, what is that? Like devil horns in the background, and he's got the demon symbols and the several. What is that? A ball? It's just not my taste. It's not my aesthetic. But I do like everything that's. I mean, it's cool outside of that, and it kind of makes sense with his quirks. So, give him a 4 out of 5 because he kind of goes overboard, but at the same time, it is kind of cool, especially that sword. Like I said, I like swords. And we have presenting to you the boy that never stops twinkling. Man, I gotta tell you, I didn't know what to expect. I mean, I kind of expected something overly flamboyant, no lie. But, I mean, I really don't got anything else to say to that. I mean, it's cool, but I can't tell whether those sparkles are just natural sparkles, like part of the aesthetic, or if that's just something that the animators threw in there to make it look even more glittery. But I mean, it's not bad, but just like Tokuyami, I feel like the dark, like it's the exact opposite. While Tokuyami has his dark theme overdue, like you need to ease up on that. It's the same thing for Twinkle Boy over here. He's just he it's way too many sparkles for my taste. I give it a. And then the mirrors too. It's just, why do you have mirrors on your bed? That don't make any sense. It's way too many mirrors. And I'm starting to understand why. Because he's what's the word? He falls into the vanity stereotype where he just loves looking at himself. I just picked that up right now. And the mirrors kind of ruined it for me. Sorry. I had to give him a 3 out of 5 because he's overdoing it, and some stuff just don't make any sense. Why does he have a... See, it just... And as I look at it even more, more stuff don't make any sense. Like, I mean, the disco ball falls into it. I can see the mirrors. I mean, not the mirrors on the bed, but the mirrors on the wall make sense. But why does he have a knight in the background? It has nothing to do with the rest of the theme. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give this a 3 out of 5. I'm sorry. Yep, just like the girls, I don't know. I'm just not that impressed. Moving on. And Mineta Boy, aka the pervert of the show. I gotta tell you, I've seen perverts on anime before, and I've seen them done way better. Personally, I like Roshi more. Jiraiya was a great example. This guy is just, I mean, he's overboard. But then again, you could just justify it up to, not justify it up, but you could just bulk it up to just him in his hormonal state, because we all know how teens get. He's really the only guy who seemingly is affected by this, or just, he's like that guy in school who just can't control himself. And, well, I mean, he's kind of suffering from that right now, like, because of his unstability to keep his pervertedness to himself. None of the girls want to check out his room, and I personally wouldn't care to either. But, I wrote down something. Oh, yes, I'm glad I wrote this down. I said in my statement while watching this video, I understand as a guy we have this biological ticking system, but when the system goes into overdrive, it becomes an annoyance for everyone else. We need to keep our systems in check. Take me, for example. I took my key and threw it in the pond, trying to relate that to a car. Okay, maybe that was a bad example, but you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, he takes his, I think he takes his car out for a run too much. man, I'm not good on car, and I don't even know why I use the car analogy. But basically, he puts his engine into overdrive, and he freaking blows out his car. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Moving on. And bye-bye, Minetta. Bye. Ida! Okay, so with Ida, I gotta say, I'm totally digging it. Okay, this guy's not gonna win, but I'm totally digging it. His room is pretty cool. I mean, he's got plenty of bookshelves everywhere, and I kind of expected that from him, to be honest. I mean, first thing I thought when I saw his room was, oh, it's Ida's room. You'll find nothing odd here. And then right when I said that, we see a whole bunch of glasses there, and it's like, oh, why the... I mean, maybe he just likes to come prepared, but no, he actually explains it in the episode. It's because he's for battle combatants, so he's expecting his glasses to break all the time, which is actually genius, and because he has the money to do so, I mean, why the frick not? So, moving on, next one. Oh yeah, and rating for this. Oh, I'm sorry, Ida, I liked you as a character, but as for your room, it's plain as all get out. I can't even rate you on the same rating as the other two I just rated, because that would pull them down a nudge too. I mean, they may have overdone it, but your room is a little underwhelming. So I'm gonna have to give you a 2, buddy. So moving on. Ooh, Camario. I am sorry. I know. Learn Japanese. I'm gonna do that one day. But today's not the day. Kamari! I need to remember a superhero name. The guy who shocks stuff and becomes stupid whenever he shocks stuff. So, let's look into what his room looks like. I love it. I absolutely love this room. I mean, some stuff... I mean... The girls make a comment like, I'm honestly surprised Earjax doesn't like it, because it's like, it seems like just the kind of stuff that you would be shopping at. Like, I've seen what she wears, especially for a superhero outfit. Both him and Kamari look like they shop at freaking Hot Topics. And that's exactly where they look like they shop at. I think Kamari will love it there. And I gotta say, I mean, I got nothing against this room. The only thing that would stop him from winning this contest is that all the colors, like there's no patterns, everything feels like a different color. You got different shades of blue, different purples, yellow, greens. The carpet doesn't match any of the colors in the room. Like, come on, man. I mean, I'm just saying, like, as a contest, you're not gonna win, but I mean, his room, it looks nice, but not nice enough. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to rate this as a 2, because while the other rooms, the first 2 rooms I mentioned, Tokuyame's and Glitter Boy, Sparkling Boy, were overdoing it, at the same time, at least they had somewhat of a pattern going for them. You don't, so I'm gonna have to give you 2. And Minetta, and he comes up with the brilliant idea of, well, since we're checking out the boys' room, let's check out the girls' room. It's only fair, right? I mean, come on. You checked out our rooms. I bet your rooms have to be very special. It's just, he really goes into it, and he comes up with this somewhat clever idea of, making it into a contest so we can check out the girls' room. And, he just perverted it. So, but hey, I'm actually glad he did that, because we get to check out the girls' room, and I want to see what their rooms look like. So let's get into it. I seen this picture, by the way. Somebody used this as their freaking, their icon. And I remember looking at his face when he said something perverted in the comment section. And I looked at the icon, and I was like, yep, that explains it. I mean, that is a memeable face right there. I will give it to you. That is a memeable face. Minetta's, that is. Also, go back real quick. I love the face on the tail man. That face is just hilarious. I think that face is memeable as well. And we go to Rockman. Yeah, I'm sorry. Wait. I think I wrote his name down this time. Wait. Hold on just one moment. Wait, let me guess it. Shima! Oh, yeah! Okay, Shima. Okay, I love this guy. He's welcome to his den of manliness. And I have to tell you, honestly, when I first saw this, I thought it was freaking awesome. But now, looking at it again, he's got the same problem as Kamari. I mean, there's no colors that match up. If you're gonna put that little sheet right there with the fire in it, and that's by far the best piece in this room, is that curtain with the fire. I mean, if you're gonna do that, you should have made your bed sheets the same color. And it would help if, like, maybe your desk or, you know, more posters were red as well, but they're not. So I mean, I do agree with you, Rocket, though. He's got some pretty nice weights. But they're scattered on the floor as well. So I'm not really impressed. Sorry, Den of Manliness. I really respect you, but I'm going to give it 2 out of 5. And here we are looking at Shogi. Haha, I got that one right. I totally did not look back in my notes to remember his name. But Shogi, whole bunch of eyes and mouths and things attached to his wings or whatever. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, this automatically gets 0 out of 5. Because he literally did not pack up anything. He's just got a desk and he's got freaking sheets. I mean, in the show, he mentions that he feels like, you know, why would people want to put their stuff, like, fill the room full of, like, junk anyway? But the problem is their stuff isn't junk. It's clothes. It's, you know, stuff for school. I mean, and stuff for their hobbies. Their hobbies aren't junk. I mean, we're going to get to some more of the hobbies right now. But the last one we just saw was with Shima. He wanted to work out. So it's not just junk, man. He's just, I don't know what's going on with that guy. But yeah, definitely 0 out of 5. Oh yeah, and back to one last thing. You know, I'll come back to it. Ooh, we get the evil grin from Tape Man. Oh no, Zero. And what's funny is that before this, he says, "Seriously, we're doing everyone?" Like as if he's scared. But as you can tell from the smile, he's got a lot more up his sleeve than you would think as the viewer. And I can really appreciate that smile. I can. You see, I gotta tell you, man, this guy's got the wild card. He's got the wild card. And after seeing this room, I got a whole new respect for this guy. 5 out of 5. Because he's the only one that I mentioned so far, besides the first 3, who actually had a theme going. You know, Deku's was All Might. Tokuyami's was Reverie in the Dark. A little too dark. And then Sparkling Boy was just sparkles everywhere. But this guy is not overdoing it at all. I mean, look at it. The colors, man. The mixings of the browns, greens, darker browns, lighter browns. I'm sorry, I'm not up on my color vocabulary, but look at it. It's just, it makes you feel at home. It makes you feel like you may be living out in a cabin somewhere, besides the colored walls. All the brownish, and he's even got a tree. He's got a freaking, not a tree, but a plant in the corner. Oh my goodness! And then look at the stuff on his dresser too. He's got a boat He's got some animal like figurines that are brown, and in the middle he's got his own like little I forget what you call it, but like a nest where you can just lay in and feel nice. 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. Got a whole new respect after him. Like that I mean, two things. This is character development for me. This just shows me that he likes to trick his opponents. Like, he'll lead you up into thinking that he has no game plan when he really does. And now, Zero, I like you. I think you're a cool character. So moving on. And then we move on to Todoroki's spot, and honestly, I have to give this one. Personally, if I put personal taste in this, I'm gonna have to give it 4 out of 5. But because, well, let me just talk about his room first before I go into ratings. He's got the traditional Japanese place, and everybody's surprised. Like, all the girls is like one after another. Let me see. Yeah, this girl was like this girl. I'm sorry, I don't know her name just yet, but she was like, this is the smartest guy. We're about to see the room of the smartest guy in the class, and she was like, we're about to see the room of the hottest guy in the class, and then she was like, we're about to see the room of the cutest guy in the class, or whatever, and then going back to Todoroki's room, I gotta say, I mean, this just brings up the question as to why I haven't seen a Japanese-like style room before, because they live in Japan. And think about other animes, they also live in Japan, and most of their rooms look like that. So, I mean, I guess they're just superheroes. I mean, this anime is very American-inspired, so that's probably the bulk of it. But, oh yeah, and they also they come from well-paying families and go to the best schools, so put 2 and 2 together, it makes sense. But anyway, just talking about more of his room, he's got this small brown desk, a really tiny chair, you just I guess you cross your legs and sit in, crisscross applesauce, and then he's got the Japanese style plants, I forget what those are called. He's got some more plants on his other dresser on the right. And just, look, it doesn't fit into my taste. Honestly, I give it a 4 out of 5. Because, I mean, while it does have a nice Japanese style to it, it's just, there's not much going on to me. Like, it's not really appealing. It's a little oversimplified. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Because, I mean, while it is oversimplified, it does at least have a pattern going for it. Okay, moving on from the girl. Oh, I skipped. I went too far. Okay, and then we visit Sugar Man's room. And his room is very simple and down to earth. Not really much to talk about here. He's got a cabinet for all his goodies. Probably for his sugar and bakery stuff. As we can see, he's got a mitten on his cabinet as well. So he's probably got a lot of stuff that he uses to bake in there. I don't like the, well, actually I do like the table. It's got a nice cover on it. And then, I'm starting to realize that everybody has, like, their own curtain in the middle with a different color to it. His color is green. It kind of mixes with the rest of everything going on. All I can say is, I mean, while it may be, I mean, while it may, okay, I'm just gonna say it. This is really hard for me because it's a good room. I'll give it a 3 out of 5 because I was about to give it a 2 out of 5, but I'll give it a 3 out of 5 because it's nice, but it's not striking like some of the other ones that I mentioned. So let's move on to the next one. And it turns out that Sugar also knows how to bake, which makes sense because of his quirk. He eats sugar, makes him stronger. So he actually is baking cake for everybody, and the girls get to try it out. And personally, I am a sugar lover. I love sweets. any day of the week, and I would have definitely loved to try out his cake. I have to mention how the funny way they hold their cakes, because they just take one fork and then they just stab that cake. They take one fork and they stab the bottom of the cake, and they lift that entire piece off. Man, if they aren't messing the floor, if they aren't making a mess on the floor right now, I mean, it's crumbling. I can imagine it's getting back to the point. So they say that basically this cake is so wonderful, so good, and my response to that is, yeah, that cake might be great, but you're not winning this contest. So moving on. And then we go to oh my goodness, Earjack. She's a little shy, but Earjack, you are the lady of the month or the week, whatever. Man, her room. Let's just get into it. Her room. I noticed that she likes like the checkered pattern, with black and red in the ceiling, and then you also to go in between the black and red colors, she's got the black and white checker pattern, kind of like borders for her ceilings, which is pretty brilliant. Then she got a red sheet to go back to that red color, and then to top it off, she's got the red and checker sheet on her bed, and then going back to white and black checkers on the floor. So it's all coming up to be a really nice pattern. And then she's got posters that's saying something about hope, I think, cheer, hope, something optimistic, and that's a pretty good sign there as well. And then he's got the instruments, which I think blend in really well with the colors. And then she's got some bunch of stuff on the side. It's just like a radio, some guitars laying on her desk, and a whole bunch of stuff on the left side that don't really blend too well with the rest of everything else, but I can imagine it's only there because she needs it for her sound effects. And I gotta tell you, right off the bat, this is a 5 out of 5 because it's well put for her patterns. She's got an optimistic message on the side, and I just love the black and white and red color schemes. It just mixes wonderfully. 5 out of 5. Okay, now we see another picture of this too. Like I said, it doesn't really blend too well with everything else, but it makes sense why they're there. And then she zaps the boys for making a comparison to the other rooms. Like she said, they thought it'd be more girly. And we're about to check out another girly girl. I mean, we're about to check out the real girly girl in a second here. Invisible Girl. Introducing Invisible Girl room. So, looking into her room, we can see, we can get a better idea of her mindset. Because up to this point, I really don't know too much about her. And she's very girly, and she's got a pink room. Really pink. And despite the fact that I hate pink, okay, I don't hate pink, I despise it. I'm kidding. Okay, I don't like pink. Let's just set that. Let's say that. She's got a really nice, it's a lot of nice color contrast here. You know, she's got pink, hot pink, a little lighter colors like a sky blue, regular blue. So she's got toys and stuffed animals. And, I mean, she's got a really nice desk too that blends in with the rest of the colors. I have to give this a 5 out of 5. And oh my goodness, Mina, she knew what she was doing. She knew it because her room is the stuff. Okay, her room is the stuff. It makes perfect sense too because her quirk is poison or gas or acidic. So mostly when you depict acid or acidic or anything poisonous, you get like a pinkish, purplish, or sometimes like a greenish effect. And this, sometimes blue and purple. And that cauterizes all of that.
Even the green, you can see it right next to her jacket in the top left. I mean, not top left, but all the way to the left side, you can see like a green, like I don't know if that's a scarf, a green scarf hanging from her hanger. Everything else is just pink, purple, and it's perfect. 5 out of 5, man. 5 out of 5. Okay, so yeah, 5 out of 5. And then we go to Uraka's room. I mean, it's not bad, and yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, but it's kind of like I said, it's for a normal room. It's pretty cool, but for the best of the best, yeah, I'm gonna have to give this a 3 out of 5 because I mean it's not unorganized and it does have somewhat of a pattern, but it's too normal. Not that that's a bad thing. Sorry, Rocket. And oh yeah, and before we move on, to the final room, the boys make a comment on the how they feel about going to the girls' room, like they're trespassing, or they feel like they're doing something that they're not supposed to, like it's a forbidden garden or whatever. All I have to say is, honestly, if I was in their situation, I wouldn't even be thinking about that. I'd just be thinking about the competition. I'm going to win. That's all I'd be thinking about. I wouldn't be thinking about no trespassing or girls' privacy or any of that stuff. I'd just be thinking, about, I'm about to win this. And I mean, if they were to tell me that, I would have been like, please. I mean, it'd be different if we just like saw their room opened and we just walked into it. But it wasn't, you know, it was a free invite, so we're doing this. It's a competition. Moving on. And then finally, we see second in command of the classroom, and Yayo Yorozu, blah blah, I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. The girl who can make material out of anything, just through using her body. I gotta tell you, we don't really get to see much of her room, and that bed is nice. It's really nice, but while that bed is nice, it doesn't really go with anything else in her room. Like, that's the only thing that's in that style. Everything is normal, and that bed alone is not going to win this contest. So I'm gonna have to give it, excuse me, I want to give it somewhere between a 2 and a 3, to be honest with you. For everybody watching this video, just give your own list of like who do you think was the best, you know, from 1 to 5 on each one, and tell me what you think. Well, personally, it's hard for me to rate because everything else doesn't really blend in with the bed. But at the same time, the bed does look like a really nice piece. But at the same time, it doesn't blend in. So, 2 out of 5. Like I said, brutally honest. And then finally, we go to... Oh, and then Mina... Why did I call her Minetta? Mina decides who wins. And to be honest, I gotta tell you, that this is probably one of my favorite characters on the show. Definitely not better than All Might, but she's pretty good. I love her energetic personality. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's like it puts more energy, you know, in you. It makes you want to do stuff. But yeah. Mina closes her eyes and opens it dramatically, and she announces the winner. The winner is Sugar Boy. Well, and according to her, he won because, well, he baked a really nice cake. And they ate his cake, and it was a really nice cake. But because this is my video and I'm scoring based off my judgments, I'm going to announce who got the first and third place. Not based off a cake, but actually off of the room. So personally, if you really want to know who won, I think, well, I don't think, I know. The one who won is Mina. I mean, I really think she had this whole thing rigged from the get-go. I mean, she knew that there was going to be a competition. And to be honest, that's probably the reason why she announced Sugar Guy as the winner. Because she's like, well, I kind of put this on myself. And to be fair, I was prepared for this. So I'm going to go easy and just say the Sugar Man won. Not to mention she was an announcer, so it would be pretty cheap if she said she won. But yeah, Pink Girl, Pinky, Queen Bee, Queen Alien Queen for the win. I think she hits #1 spot. Number 2 spot, number 2 spot, I'm gonna have to go with Invisible Girl. Invisible Girl because, oh wait, what the freak am I saying? Okay, rewind. Okay, so, yeah, I'm literally rewinding. So, yeah, Tape Man, he wins. Absolutely wins, 100%. I have no idea what got into my mind. It is freaking Tape Man. Zero for the win. Zero for the win all day. I want my room to look just like that, but in black and white patterns. Thank you very much. So yes, his has the best color contrast and really does say it's a cabin look, like you're living out in the forest, but you're not. So definitely warm and inviting, and definitely #1 place. Now getting back to what I was originally saying. Woo! Mina, she's number 2, all day, every day. Okay, I know I'm backtracking. But I have to rethink about this for a second here. It's Invisible Girl. I hate Pink, but if you go back, her has a better color contrast. Her room has a better color contrast than Mina's, because if you look here, the wall is white, and that doesn't fit in with the purple and pink theme. It really doesn't. It doesn't fit in with the acidic theme at all. But her pink, blue-ish, hot pink fits in perfectly with the white. So definitely number 2, and she's even got a pink carpet to go with. Look at that. I mean, look at that. And she has a hot pink bow tie on that table. I mean, you go, girl. Invisible Girl gets 2nd place. I didn't think I was going to be saying that, but here I am saying that. So, Zero, 1st place. Visible Girl, 2nd place. And then third person. I honestly wanted to give it to, I wanted to give it to Earjack because, well, you know me, I really like white and black colors. And I think she did a great job with the red and black comparison too. Like, there was a border for white and black, and then outside the border you get red and black, and then the floor is white and black again. It hits you upside the head. I mean, in a good way for this contest. But, yeah, Mina wins because she has better contrast. Because, like I said, the downfall for Earjack... The downfall for Earjack was this wall on her left side that doesn't fit into the checker theme at all. I mean, this really doesn't. I mean, I know this. She didn't know this is a contest, but just trying to film that in, it doesn't fit into the wall. I mean, but she does have a really nice floor, and Mina didn't do that for her floor. But Mina does have that nice pink and purple, pink and black dresser, and that fits a lot better than whatever Earjack had going on for her wall, even though her carpet isn't as grandiose as Earjack. So, as conclusion, Mina wins. Yeah, Mina wins. So Mina, it's funny because I took her down the 1st to 2nd place, now 3rd place, but yeah, Mina, I mean, she had some fierce competition. She really did. Zero destroyed it. He really did. He destroyed it. 5 out of 5. Mina, 5 out of 5. Invisible Girl, 5 out of 5. And the Earjack, you got 4th place. But we're just talking about 1 through 3. But definitely, Invisible Girl wasn't there. Earjack would have got 3rd place. So, well, let me see here. That was fun, and one last thing I want to comment on, and then I'm going to end this review / dorm review. Froppy. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you, I thought that name was just a meme. I really did. I thought Froppy was a meme. And I didn't realize that until I caught up to the anime just recently. Yeah, her name is not a meme at all. It's actually her superhero name. But anyway, she appears outside of the school, and she has this very dark look on her, and we don't know what she's about to say. But it turns out that what she's about to say is basically this: the fact that she didn't realize as Aizawa was talking that they had went out and did their superhero duty without her. And because she thought that by telling her to, it was too dangerous and that they were breaking the rules, that they would actually listen to her advice. And that's not what happened at all. And I just want to say, it's kind of sad too, because Aizawa just assumed that everybody knew. So if All Might didn't retire, which I really wish he didn't. I wish we would have had him for one more season. But if he really didn't retire, Froppy would have been expelled for something that she didn't even do. She told them to not go, and she thought they listened. She shouldn't have gotten expelled for that, So I kind of feel sad for her in that light. But moving on. And then we get a scene where she's just crying for the rest of it. But that kind of wraps up the episode. And she says that she because of her own failure to stop them, she feels like she shouldn't be around the others. And I think we can all relate to that when we failed in something so hard that we don't want to be around other people. And to be honest with you, especially speaking up on that fact, while it is good to have some alone time, you shouldn't ever just shut yourself off for a long period of time, because that can only worsen whatever you're going through, because you're going to need somebody to help you get through it, especially if whatever you're suffering is like something major, something that really hurted you. That's some deep level stuff for this review, but I'm just saying, like, I'm glad that Froppy actually went back to talk to her friends. Let me just say that. I'm glad that she spoke to her friends and told them what was really on her mind, because more often than not, it seems like that's the best way to go about it. And if you have some truly good friends, they'll be empathetic and try to understand you. And I'm happy that she's a part of the class now, and she can be happy with them. They can go back to how things were before. And all in all, this episode was great. If I have to rate this episode, oh boy, I know everybody's going to get flagged for this one. But it's not as bad as you think. I give it a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 because, not everything was too interesting. But I did like seeing the dorms. And we got to see, like I said, a whole different, more, into people's personalities. With Zero, I kind of learned that he's a tricky dude. With Invisible Girl, I learned that she's a very girly girl. Yeah, that's just a couple examples. But this is Storyteller signing out, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to make a comment in the comment section, letting me know what you thought of the rooms as well. And tell me how excited you are for the next episode. Oh yeah! Alright, Storyteller signing out. Peace.